Hello, welcome back to the Two Dudes in a Podcast where we're talking Tombstone.
We're talking.
I'm your Huckleberry.
We're talking Wild West and Seeing Double.
Yep.
Because we got two guns.
We got two guns for
One
each
for
of you.
each of you.
Yep.
All right.
Brannon's movie this week was Tombstone.
We're gonna
released in
jump straight to the
1993, starring Kurt Russell, Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton,
Val Kilmer.
Stephen Lang, Powers Booth, Michael Biehn, a.k.a. Kyle Reese from The Terminator.
Yeah.
Hayden
Church.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah. That other chick.
Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker's in there at like the end. There's another girl. She voices Lois Lane.
I don't know.
I can't remember her name. She plays Dana Delaney or Delaney. Josephine Marcus. That's her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, she voices Lois in the animated series.
The 90s one?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, and she's the actress lady.
That's cool. Well, we watched Brannon has chosen to show me a film that he can sum up in one word.
Badass.
This film is badass. It is.
It is.
To me, a quintessential film to watch. Now, I don't know. It might not be to some people's artful tastes.
It is a Western.
It is a Western film
it's
about a bunch of dudes who go out west looking to make money and end up making the law.
Yeah. Wyatt Earp.
They go out there to lay down roots and make money. They end up going out there and laying down the law.
Yeah, that's pretty much the plot of the movie in one sentence.
It's about real events.
Yeah. The movie's scarily accurate sometimes. Like you know the scene where Earp gets shot at like 3 times, point blank almost, and doesn't get hit?
Yeah.
That actually happened.
I was wondering if that was real.
Yeah.
I was like, if this is real, this is... Honestly, it makes sense, because crazy shit like that happens all the time throughout history.
You know, Wyatt Earp was a real guy.
Yeah.
He was a real guy. Throughout his entire lawman career, he never got shot.
Yet his brothers did.
Yeah, his brother lost an arm and the other one died.
Yeah. Well, lost use of an arm.
Oh.
His brother Virgil lost use of an arm.
Mm-hmm.
And his other brother Morgan died.
Yeah. At different points in the year, though. I mean, like
at different points, yes.
In the movie, they happen pretty close together.
At the movie, it's one night.
Yeah, it's one night
that both things happen.
Real life, it happened like one of them happened in January, and one of them happened a few months later of the same year. Yeah. I can't remember what
they crunched it down for time's sake.
Yeah, they did.
Which a lot of historical movies will do that. Like another movie, I watched a video about it. I get on little kicks, and one kick I got on YouTube was watching this series called, I forget what it was, but it was this guy, and he reviewed historical movies that talk about historical events and talk about like the history behind it and how accurately they did it. This guy was a stickler for this is wrong and this is right.
Oh, he was one of those accuracy guys.
Which I like accuracy, but there's also some things that I believe you can change for narrative's sake and time's sake.
Yeah.
Which he does forgive some of that. But this guy, that's the point of his show. I don't know if his opinion on historical movies is they have to be accurate to the T, but that's what the point of the show was.
To see how accurate they are.
To see how accurate they truly are.
Gotcha.
And rate them based off of that, but not how good they are as movies.
Oh, okay.
Which there's a lot of movies out there that tackle history. And there's a lot that are good. There's a lot that are stinkers, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies about Tombstone here.
Yeah, my dad, he told me, I was like, I watched Tombstone. He's like, that's the best one about that stuff.
Yeah.
And actually this year, there was a movie that came out the same year as this one called Wyatt Earp, and it starred Kevin Costner.
Oh. Anyways, how was that one?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't either.
But,
I don't
fun
plan
fact,
to.
I don't plan to either, because
nope.
This has the best Wyatt Earp, the best Doc Holliday, Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott alone is a selling point for me.
Yeah. You know he was Ghost Rider?
Yeah. I saw that movie.
Oh, yeah.
He's the horse Ghost Rider.
Yep. Carter Slade.
Nicolas Cage rides a motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
Yep.
Well,
he does ride it through water at one point in that movie.
That's a good point.
But Tombstone. Give me the facts. Scarily accurate facts.
Well, you know when Doc Holliday shoots that one guy at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it? Johnny Ringo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so his body was found with a bullet in his skull.
Uh-huh.
Next to a tree.
Uh-huh.
With one shot fired out of his gun. That's how his body was found. And his gun was hanging on by one finger.
Damn.
Yeah.
So do they not know if Doc Holliday actually did that?
That's one of the theories that was pretty much proposed by that movie, in the idea that Doc Holliday stepped in for Earp to kill, Ringo.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw something else, that there were historical records saying that Holliday was actually in a prison in Colorado when Ringo died.
Mm.
And there was another guy. There's actually like 3 or 4 different theories about how Ringo died, and one of them is a Frank Leslie theory, and that one's even
weirder.
That one's actually probably the most accurate, that neither Holliday or Earp actually killed Ringo, and it was this guy named Frank Leslie. Which...
Who's Frank Leslie?
I'm not really sure who Frank Leslie is.
But did he deal with Ringo?
I'm not sure. I don't really know who Frank Leslie is. This thing's not telling me who exactly he is. But there's also the Michael O'Rourke theory, and Doc Holliday theory, Wyatt Earp theory. There's also some talk of a suicide theory. Yeah, that was mentioned in that article I found. What is it? Remember when Earp is next to Holliday's bed when he dies, or just before he dies? Unfortunately, sadly, that didn't actually happen. They actually may or may not have had a falling out sometime before then, and Earp was actually like a long ways away from Holliday when he actually died.
Yeah.
But it is said that he had one last drink of whiskey, and then he said, "This is funny," and then he died.
That's cool.
Yeah, very Doc Holliday thing to do.
Yeah.
What else is there? I don't know what else there is. Wyatt Earp was, he was a unit in real life. Absolute mad lad.
The man, when he goes and he gets his gun in the movie, like his gun, it has Wyatt Earp on the handle.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
I don't know if that's accurate. Probably is, though. I bet somebody still has that gun.
Or a replica.
Yeah.
But
the cowboy gang did not actually wear red sashes.
It was just a movie
That was just
technique.
a movie thing.
Yeah, figured.
What else is there? I know Earp, back when he was doing things in the late 1800s, 1890s stuff, basically the media painted him as a murderer.
Who, Wyatt Earp?
Yeah.
In the 1800s, they painted him as a murderer?
Pretty much.
Just hunting down and killing frontiersmen?
Pretty much. Like, this says that 2 years before his death, Earp defended his decisions before the gunfight at the OK Corral and his actions afterward in an interview with Stuart Lake, author of the 1931 largely fictionalized biography, Wyatt Earp, Frontier Marshal. Oh yeah, OK Corral gunfight was pretty accurate too.
Nice.
That actually happened. Like, the gunfight at the OK Corral is thought by many historians to be one of the major landmarks of the end of the Old West.
Okay.
Along with something else that the military did, raiding native camps. That wasn't so great, but
that's not cash money.
That's not.
But
cash
then
money.
again, U.S. history with natives isn't always cash money.
It's not that cash money.
I just wrote a thing about the Trail of Tears in history class.
Oh yeah, I got a cool tidbit of information about Native Americans later on
American
in the show.
Indians?
Native Americans.
American Indians?
Whatever. But we'll get there. It's pretty cool. But this is what Earp said to this Stuart Lake guy. He said that, for my handling of the situation at Tombstone, I have no regrets. Were it to be done over again, I would do exactly as I did at that time. If the outlaws and their friends and allies imagined that they could intimidate or exterminate the Earps by process of murder, and then hide behind alibis and the technicalities of the law, they simply missed their guess. I want to call your particular attention again to one fact, which writers of Tombstone incidents and history apparently have overlooked. With the death of the McLaurys, the Clantons, Stillwell, Florentino, Cruz, Curly Bill, and the rest, organized, politically protected crime and depredations in Cochise County ceased. So basically what happened, what he said there is that these guys, cowboys, outlaws, thought they could intimidate the Earps and then run away and hide behind their politically protected
Yeah, they were basically organized crime.
Yeah, they were. And so Earp said that he went out there and made them stop. And they painted him as the bad guy.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what the movie told, and from what I got from it is he moves out there, he makes money. You know, there's some bad folks in the town. And then one night there's a breaking point.
Oh, they actually didn't include that breaking point.
They didn't include the breaking point?
Yeah, one of the major events that led up to the gunfight at the OK Corral was actually a stagecoach robbery where some of those guys killed an important person on the stagecoach, and that's what really kind of hiked up the tension that led to the gunfight.
Because in the movie, like, one of the big points of contention is Big Curly Bill goes to an opium den.
Oh, yeah.
That is one tidbit that I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot opium.
Opium is a thing.
Opium, you got opium dens, you go, you smoke up, you get fucking blazed as hell. You're just going nuts.
Yeah.
Also, Wyatt Earp's wife died of an opium overdose.
Oh, yeah.
Because she had headaches or something. Probably
I
like
don't remember
migraines.
What the problem was.
She probably had migraines.
Probably.
Like chronic migraines, and, you know.
And then she overdosed.
Back then they said, we don't know what's wrong with you.
We could bleed it out of you, but I don't know if that'd help.
Tuberculosis. But so Curly Bill in the movie one night, he gets out of an opium den. He's like, shit.
I can see.
So he goes nuts and he pulls out two guns and just starts shooting them off. At one point, he's howling at the moon. Yeah,
okay.
He's got two. At first, it's one, and then he pulls out two, and he starts howling at the moon and shooting. And the marshal goes out there because everybody's in like a saloon having a nice old time, and someone's like,
just a night. And then
someone's
this guy
like,
starts shooting.
hey, we gonna handle that? It's a little bit of a public disturbance. And then the county sheriff says, like, this is a city matter, Marshal, because the county sheriff is just a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Well, he's not even an idiot. He's just corrupt.
Yeah.
He's on the take.
He's part of that politically protected crime.
The sheriff of Tombstone is on the take. He probably got well, here's the thing. I don't think it explicitly states that. He's probably like, y'all can't be doing this in my town. And they're like, you want money? He's like, shit. Yeah, I'll take money.
I'll take money. And then the Earp said, nah. Literally said, nah.
Yeah, Wyatt Earp said no, smacked some bitches, and then left.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in the movie, the breaking point that I saw, like one of the things that led up to it, is Curly Bill. He goes, he's shooting people. The marshal goes out there and he's like, put down your guns. I'm taking them for the night. Not even like, you're under arrest. He's like, put down the guns. You could hurt somebody. I'm taking them for the night. I don't care that you're high on opium in the street, like being a mad lad. It's that you're shooting everywhere.
Yeah.
You can go home. I just want your guns. It's not even like you're getting thrown in the drunk tank. You know, it's not like one of those things. He's like, oh, okay, Marshal. He turns and then he shoots the marshal, kills him.
Yeah.
And then he starts like howling at the moon and shooting and stuff. Crazy shit.
And then Wyatt gets in there.
And then Wyatt, they go out there. He grabs Curly Bill, and like some of the locals are like, he killed Marshall. We need to string him up, hang him. And then the cowboys come in there like, you ain't gonna do him, let him go. And then Wyatt's like, no, he's standing trial.
Whoa.
And then Curly Bill goes to trial, and it gets knocked away because the judge is probably on the take too. So,
probably. So, do we have a question for this week?
I don't have a question prepared for this week.
Oh,
no.
okay. So, that explains why we skipped the intro. Anyways, back to Tombstone.
Tombstone talk.
Tombstone.
Oh, and then, like, I don't know, it's illustrated as maybe like a day later or something. Like, Virgil, the oldest brother of the Earps, or who seems to be the oldest brother in this film, played by Sam Elliott, he's out and about, and like, the cowboys run through and they're causing a ruckus, and they almost like trample a kid on their horses.
Yeah.
And he like hands the kid to his mother, and the mother's like looking at him like, thanks. And she's got like a scar from where she was like, had a bottle broken on her face or something.
Probably.
And he's like, I'm tired of this shit. Becomes a, what was he, a sheriff or a marshal?
I think he was a marshal.
He becomes a marshal. And then says, all right, you can't bring guns into town.
And they all got mad at him.
They all were like, what are you doing? He's like, I didn't say you can't own guns. I just said you can't bring them into town.
Yeah. So the first marshal was actually a lot younger than he was in the movie.
Okay.
And I read somewhere that the Earps were actually not that against law enforcement positions when they got there. In reality, they actually kind of embraced that pretty quickly. But this movie made them a little more resistant.
It made it like we got out of this. Guess we're getting in. Or Wyatt was the lawman and the other two weren't, but like...
Something. Yeah, I know. Morgan was the one that, like... I don't know what his backstory was. He seemed kind of innocent.
Yeah, Morgan was the youngest brother. Played by one Bill Paxton.
He was in Aliens.
Yeah. He's in Terminator as well.
Oh, yeah.
He's in a lot of movies, Bill Paxton is.
He's even in Tombstone.
He's in Twister.
Well, I haven't seen Twister.
He's in a lot of just movies. He was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Good guy. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But they become marshals, and they're like, the cowboys, you're going to stop doing this shit.
Stop.
And then eventually Wyatt becomes a marshal, and then the OK Corral shootout happens, which was...
With Doc Holliday.
Yeah, Doc Holliday, I don't think he ever became a marshal, but he's kind of like their unofficial ally.
He kind of just was along for the ride.
He was like a cowboy, but he didn't like the cowboys.
He was, what was he? Gunfighter?
He was a lawful, chaotic lawful.
Because, I mean, like, he was a dentist, actually. I don't know if they say that in the movie.
I didn't know he was oh, that's why it's called Doc.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But then he gets tuberculosis and goes west.
Yeah, nah. Doc Holliday ends up out in like the western front in Tombstone because he gets diagnosed with tuberculosis.
And then he decides to
He gets his prostitute woman, and he says, "Yeah, coming with me, baby." And then they go and they gamble and they rob a place. And
he can go like days without sleeping.
Yeah.
That's probably why
they drink, they smoke.
They do all sorts of stuff.
Promiscuousness with each other, but not
boy.
like not with a bunch of people. They weren't like that.
I know.
I don't know. Their relationship was like, I know he definitely like probably said, "Hey, I went to this brothel and fell in love with a hooker, and now we're on the road together." But it's just really wholesome, them two. He's like, you're so wonderful.
What exactly
But
happened
you could
to her?
also be the Antichrist.
She kind of
She just kind of disappears.
Mm.
There's a point in the movie where everyone's like,
boop.
Like, you know, after Morgan dies. Who's texting? Okay. After Morgan dies, Morgan Earp, that is.
Virgil goes back.
Virgil, his wife, Morgan's wife, and Wyatt's wife go back east.
They make it look like Wyatt's going to go back east.
They make it, yeah. And like Stephen Lang's character Ike and like another guy, they're like, there they are, let's shoot them.
And
then one of the guys just gets his like back blown off by a shotgun, and Ike's like, oh, and he's like, I'm right here, Ike, and I'm gonna kill ya.
Ike was such a coward, though.
Yeah, I think it was funny how they wrapped up him. He throws his red sash off, and then
I read that.
And then at the ending, it said 2 years after he got shot in a botched robbery.
Oh yeah. He got shot.
I'm like, fitting end. I like to imagine it was like the Wyatt Earp situation where he points the gun to his head.
Yeah.
I love that. That's one of my favorite moments when he's got Curly Bill and Ike is like, you're not gonna do anything, and just Wyatt puts the gun to his head, and then like Thomas Hayden Church's character's like, he won't do it, and like,
Wyatt Earp will do it,
and then Ike's like, no, he means business,
he'll do it, oh.
And then Doc Holliday comes out, and Thomas Hayden Church's character is like, you can't shoot me, you're too drunk. And Doc Holliday says, I got 2 guns for both of you.
Yeah, you can't shoot me. You're probably drunk off your ass or something.
Seeing 2, and he pulls out another gun. He's like,
I got 2 guns, 1 for each of you.
Yeah, that's one of the best scenes in them because it's just so tense. You're like, ah.
And then Holiday comes out just wasted. He's like, I got 2 guns.
Yep.
1 for each of you.
This made me want to buy Red Dead 2.
Oh yeah,
that'd be so fun.
I just want a revolver.
I like movies are great, but video games are
something
great
else.
too. Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm gonna recreate Tombstone with my friends.
I'm still working on that Dungeons and Dragons Wild West world.
Yeah, an RPG
gang.
Wild West world.
Yeah,
where it's like you take all the Wild West legends and make it like a mythology.
Something like that. I haven't decided.
Yeah, like Wendigos running around.
Wendigos running around. We got some original stuff too, like a skeleton gang.
Yep.
And a lich that made the skeleton gang. That's a whole complicated story in and of itself.
Can I play as Rango from the movie? Rango?
Probably
Can
not.
I play as a big lizard?
We've got you as a goblin who runs a whorehouse, remember?
No, that's just a character that I think should exist. A character that's a goblin that is voiced and looks like John Goodman from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And he runs a brothel and he's like, it's all about the money, boys! It's all about the money. Take my whores, for example.
Well, he exists in this world. My brother drew him and everything.
Good.
He exists.
John Goodman.
We have
that looks like he's from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou.
His current working name is John Goblin.
He needs an eye patch.
I think he has one.
Good.
Yeah.
And his weapon should be a big stick.
He's got a cane.
Big. He takes out like a big tree branch. He's like, you're fucking pissing me off. And he only kills people in his office. He's like, what did you do to Sapphire?
Sapphire.
Well, she's just a whore. He's like, you know the rules in my house. The lady says no. That means no.
I'm a skeleton.
Yeah, he's dealing with a skeleton. Just breaks the skeleton skull, busted in pieces. This is fictional talk.
We've made these skeleton cowboy outlaws like probably a little OP. I mean, like they can't get hungry and they can't get thirsty and they can't get tired. They can't really die.
His stick is enchanted.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
Anyways. What?
Random noises in the radio station.
I think that was my chair.
I don't know. There's been random noises, you know? Old place.
Yeah, you
Who
know.
knows?
Not like there used to be a skeleton that hung around in here.
In here?
Yeah, there used to be a skeleton that hung around in here.
Like what? I think he's in there now.
In the dungeon?
Yeah.
Huh.
Makes sense for him to be in the dungeon.
Yeah. He used to sit in that chair over there. It wasn't a lot of fun when I had to be here at 11 at night.
Nah. Yeah. I've heard some weird noises.
Yeah.
But it's probably just me hallucinating from
What were we
drowsiness.
talking about? Are we still talking
Tombstone,
about Tombstone?
and then we were talking about the RPG Western world.
Right. I was going to mention that
Michael Rooker is in this film. A younger Michael Rooker. Michael Rooker
he only shows
played
up at the end, right?
Merle. He appears in a couple points, like, before the end.
Huh.
On the stormy night, when, like, Morgan Earp dies. Like, Wyatt walks out after, like, dealing with Virgil. And, like, Michael Rooker's character and, like, Creek Johnson and some other guy. Michael Rooker's character, Creek Johnson, and, like, the other guy that helps them in the end of the movie when they're going around just killing all the cowboys. They roll up. And they're like, hey, we heard about what happened with you women, and that ain't cool. We just want you to know that we're with you now. And they, like, throw their red sashes to...
Oh, they were cowboys.
Yeah,
Okay.
At least Michael Rooker was.
I totally missed that. And I rewatched the movie like 2 days ago.
You miss some things and you don't.
Yeah, I was also working on something.
I like Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday.
And all of his shit with Johnny Ringo.
Hang on, does this mean we're not friends anymore?
I'm your Huckleberry.
That wasn't the right line that I just tried to say. Oh, well.
He's just Val Kilmer.
Val
Doc
Kilmer
Holliday.
nailed that. I mean, Steer was right when he said this is such a dude movie.
It is. Our coworker said this is just such a dude movie. He's like, if it comes on, you just sit down and you're like, I'll watch a few minutes. And then you end up watching it all.
Watch
and I'm
the
like,
whole thing.
I would do that. I would watch Tombstone if I saw a couple minutes of it and say, oh, shit.
You remember how it starts where it has like the old footage?
Yeah, they
stuff?
made
Some
that
of
for
that
the
was-
movie, didn't they?
I think some of it might have been real, actually.
I think maybe, but I think some of it was made because I definitely see, like, I saw Val Kilmer in there when they were talking about Doc
some
Holliday.
of it was. But
some of it could have been real.
The transition from that to the Cowboys riding in the first time, that was epic.
Yeah.
That was just cool. And the music is great.
The ending credits are awesome, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just Virgil Earp, Morgan Earp, Wyatt Earp, and Val Kilmer walking through town.
Yeah. Who were the pallbearers?
Pallbearers?
At Earp's funeral. It included 2 wild Western stars.
I don't remember. Wyatt Earp, at the end, it says he died in 1929.
Yep.
And 2
Western
of the pallbearers were 2 early Western film stars, and one cried.
Yeah.
Wept.
His wife
actually.
also did not come to his funeral.
His wife didn't?
Nope.
Yeah, because she was dead.
No, the other one.
Oh.
The Dana person.
The actress?
Yeah, the actress.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Nobody really knows. But the movie may or may not portray their romance accurately. It might have been more of a seducing relationship.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Like, he seduced her, she seduced him.
She seduced him, pretty much.
Ah.
And so, like, when he died, she may or may not have actually been grateful.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Zane's in this movie. Rich boy from Titanic.
Oh, yeah.
Also, what, didn't he play the Phantom?
Of the opera?
No. 1 second.
What there's a lot of phantoms. Danny Phantom?
No, hold on. I'm looking it up.
Phantasm?
The Phantom.
Geatley Atligia.
No, the Phantom, like this old comic book character.
Agai. Is that it?
Hold on.
Not E? No, that's walking.
Hold on.
What are we talking about now?
I'm looking for a picture of
He's
the
looking
Phantom
for
starring Billy
The
Zane.
Phantom starring Isa Agia Sasa. Oh, that's what it is. I think that's what it is.
This Phantom.
Oh, that Phantom. When was that released?
1996.
That looks incredibly cheesy.
I think it was, and I don't know if it was received too well. Yeah, 1996 action adventure. It's an hour and 40 minutes. What's this shit rated? 43% on Rotten Tomatoes, 2.5 out of 5 on Real Views, 4.
Tombstone is only rated 70% on Rotten
Well,
Tomatoes.
fuck Rotten Tomatoes.
The audience score is like 94.
Tombstone is one of the best things to happen to mankind.
Exactly. Oh, now what?
And that's that.
And how would you rate Tombstone? Watching it for
10
the first
out
time?
of fucking 10.
Oh, yeah. I'd give it a 10 out of 10. This is actually my second time watching it. I've only seen it twice.
I've only seen it once, and I loved it.
I'd watch it
Every
again.
second throughout. I would watch it again.
10 out of 10 would recommend. Where'd you
10
watch
out
it
of
at?
10. Amazon. I rented it on Amazon.
I actually, for some reason, was able to watch it free with ads on Amazon.
I was going to do that, but I said, I don't have time for ads.
Ah,
And I was like, $4 I'll buy.
that was pretty close to $5.
With taxes, $5 I'll buy.
$5 I'll buy. Yes. So.
Here's an article about Star Wars confirming that Han Solo's Hoth jacket was indeed dark brown and not blue.
I call BS. The Lego game was blue.
Lego game has the definitive costume colors.
It does. But which Lego game?
Complete Saga, obviously.
Obviously.
Complete Saga is
Even though
Star
I don't
Wars.
think I've ever actually owned the Complete Saga.
You're faking a fraud.
I have both of
You're
them.
an intellectual dumbass.
I have both of them separately. I don't have the complete thing.
Listen, you might be smart, but
I'm an intellectual.
Complete Saga? Complete Saga.
You got to be Grievous
Slaps.
running around in the Death Star. I can see the appeal to that. My original trilogy raised mother did not see the appeal to that.
I don't care. It's Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga.
She really only cared about the
I
second
owned
one.
that shit on the Wii.
I was 5
That
when
was
this
the
game-
first real video game I ever had, besides like Wii Sports.
First one I ever had was the Lego Star Wars 2. The original
Well,
trilogy.
good on ya. I only got a Wii in first grade.
Oh. My dad got 99 rows of Tetris while I was being born.
He played Tetris while you were being born?
Yep.
Nice.
99 lines, the most he ever got.
He said, I was on a ball that night. I could have gone
I think
pro.
it was me. I think he played on the PlayStation when my brother was born.
God, your dad's like, I don't care. It's just a kid.
It's not at all what he was
I'll
like.
talk. He's like, I'll talk to the kid when he gets older. I can't handle his baby shit.
Well, you watched the most recent episode
Of Mandalorian?
of The Mandalorian. What'd you think?
I don't know.
Did you watch it?
Did I watch the most recent episode of The Mandalorian?
Had the giant thingy.
Ask me. Hold on.
Did it? Frog lady. Eggs.
Hold on.
Lots of eggs.
Keep talking. I like your words, Magic Man.
White knobby spiders. Macquarie concept art being used.
Keep talking. I like your funny words, Magic Man.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Keep talking. I think I'm reminiscing. I'm reminiscing. About the episode. I might finally remember the episode.
Well, okay. He goes. He gets ambushed after he gets the Fett armor back, and then he gets.
Ah, wait, hold on. I remember. You're talking about.
We're gonna get copyrighted for that.
I didn't play the whole song. It was 5 seconds. Yes, I watched the most recent episode of The Mandalorian where Baby Yoda is the real villain.
Yeah.
Besides a giant fucking spider.
Ooh,
Ice spider at that.
I loved that.
Apparently that planet they crashed on was the planet from the first episode of season 1.
Huh.
That planet is a hellhole, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You got giant things that break out of ice and eat people, and then you got giant ice spiders. It's like, who would settle there? There must be some killer fucking money to settle there.
I love that spider, man. It's just, you know why I love it?
Because it's cool Ralph McQuarrie concept art.
It is.
I mean, we saw those spiders in Rebels, didn't we?
No.
Just a different version, right?
It's similar, but it's pretty obviously not the same thing.
Well, yeah.
The other things were
different breed, perhaps.
Krykna spiders. Krykna? Yeah, the other things were Krykna spiders.
Yeah.
And these things, I'm pretty sure, are known as white knobby spiders. But we're not really sure. They haven't said anything.
I learned 2 facts that they confirmed from the first episode.
What?
The Marshall Speeder is indeed using components from Anakin Skywalker's Boonta Eve Classic winning pod racer.
That's dumb. I'm gonna just say that right now. That's dumb.
How's that dumb?
Why would that... Why that one?
I don't know. Probably just had parts for it lying around.
50 years later? That much of an engine still
50 years later, it's just going to be scrap parts, so yeah.
But like
it's not the whole the whole thing isn't Anakin's pod racer.
It's just
engine.
got the tongue sticking off of it.
It's just got pieces from it on it, yeah.
Which is why it's missing half, I don't know.
It's why it doesn't look the exact
engine.
same. It's components from a pod racer engine turned into a speeder bike.
That's pretty cool though. If they make a Lego set of that.
They are making a Lego set of Mando's swoop bike.
But they're not making the speeder bike? Not speeder bike. Pod racer bike.
No.
They should.
Yes, they should.
They should. I won't buy it, but they should.
Oh,
else?
and the droid at the beginning. The R5 unit.
Oh, yeah.
Is the one from A New Hope that blew its motivator.
Yep.
Which I thought was cool. It's like, someone got use of it.
Oh, somebody got it.
I don't know. That's cool.
Yeah.
I feel like this show slowly but surely... I feel like this show is gonna, like, slowly but surely ease itself into, like, bigger Star Wars canon.
Yeah, it will. The white knobby spider. That's probably my favorite part of that whole episode.
Those were cool.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny when the frog lady started hopping. I was like, shit, bro. She's running.
Away. But McQuarrie's original concept for that spider was only about the size of a land speeder. And it was native to Dagobah.
Yeah, it was Dagobah concept art it appeared
it was.
in.
But, like, who's to say it doesn't still exist on Dagobah? But smaller. Because there are different kinds of Rancors across the galaxy. Who's to say there's not different kinds of knobby spiders?
I saw this fan-made thing where it was like, maybe what if Mando had to fight a Rancor?
Oh, no.
He took on a crate dragon.
Ooh, crate dragons. That was a greater crate dragon.
Yeah, no, it wasn't even a canyon one.
They got 10 legs.
The skeleton we saw on Tatooine in New Hope was just a canyon dragon.
I thought it was a young greater.
It was either a canyon or a young greater.
It's actually a fiberglass sauropod.
Fiberglass what-a-wa?
Sauropod dinosaur skeleton.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was left over from like a 1975 One of Our Dinosaurs Is Missing Disney comedy. They just kind of left it there and they used it in Star Wars.
They left it in Tunisia and George Lucas said, put this in the shot.
Yeah. And if you look closely enough at it, you can pretty much tell that it's a Brachiosaurus head. Skeleton neck.
I mean, yeah, you're just like, what's with the dino bones? But then they're like, it's a crate dragon, and you're like, oh shit, what's that?
What's a crate dragon? You know the thing the Tusken Raiders hold up?
I also saw a thing, the gaffy sticks?
No, the ball thing that they dig out of its gut.
Yeah, it's a crate dragon pearl.
Yeah.
From what, KOTOR?
I don't know.
I know it's tied into like one of the games. Like in one of the games, you go on a quest. It's either it's one of the Old Republic games.
I know the pearls.
Either the MMO or one of the two Knights of the Old Republic.
You know what you can do with those pearls?
Make lightsabers.
Yeah.
Well, use components from it to make a lightsaber.
It's pretty difficult though. I know typically the pearls come from being kyber crystals. Like it's usually how they form. And
Krayt dragons are like oysters in that sense.
Hey, look, a deer.
Damn, boy, you thick boy.
But the lightsaber is using Krayt dragon pearls, crystals, make like a howling sound when you turn them on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Can we get that at Galaxy's Edge?
I wouldn't doubt it if it gets added. They're making Cal Kestis' lightsaber now.
Whoa.
Recently,
Rancor tooth with a Krayt dragon crystal made out of wood.
That would be cool.
That'd be worth about $200.
I imagine the next thing they add, if they're gonna add any customization, is like different kyber crystals that have like different sound stuff loaded in. Because right now at Galaxy's Edge, you got like the green and blue, which make pretty similar sounds, and the white, which makes different sounds, the yellow, which makes different sounds, and the red that makes basic Sith sounds. And like
get that Krayt dragon pearl up in there.
Get like maybe different blue and green sound effects in there. Like,
yeah.
Hey, maybe even get different shades of blue and green to represent those different sound effects.
What is it?
Like get a cyan crystal, an indigo crystal.
Mm-hmm. What color would a Krayt pearl be? Clear?
White. Oh, they also had a Count Dooku's lightsaber at Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, yeah.
And Ahsoka's. And they changed from green to blue. And now Cal Kestis's. And I'm like, I hope by May of next year, or spring of next year, they have Cal Kestis's lightsaber ready at Galaxy's Edge. Because I tell you, that's a cop for me. Because Cal Kestis has a cool lightsaber.
Weren't you planning on going to Galaxy's Edge this year?
We were.
That obviously
in May.
Yeah.
COVID decided to be a
Wyatt Earp and say nah.
Yeah.
No.
So we're going next year?
Next year.
May? Plan to? At least we have to. Or we get a refund. I think we're just sending it at this point. Going and saying, okay. We are going, we paid.
We are going to the moon.
Because both Disney and the airline we bought tickets from are like, okay, you have a year to use it.
That's nice. Let's hope they open back up next year.
Disney is open.
Oh, yeah.
I think they shut down for a little bit after they reopened in July because they were like, shit. But they're open now. Just have to wear a mask and like lines are modified and whatnot. As long as Galaxy's Edge is ready for me.
I'm ready for it.
Restaurant open. I'm going to get a little bit too much food at that restaurant.
Blue milk?
I'm getting blue milk. I might even try green milk.
Oh, daring today, aren't we?
Maybe a little sacrilege, but I know I'm going to try to drift the Millennium Falcon. Like Mando drifts the Razor Crest in that episode. That chase with the X-Wings, that's so cool. Especially because like you don't even hear them say, hey, we're going to go into attack position. All you see is the wings. The S-foils open up into attack position. You're like, oh shit.
Oh boy.
They're about to attack. But that chase, there's some great sound effects in it. I love how Mando's like drifting that old ship.
The frog lady's freaking out.
The frog lady's like, what the fuck are you doing? Yoda's like, This episode, Baby Yoda was a star. He was a star in this episode.
Baby Yoda eats babies.
Yeah. Well, I saw this theory that he's going to regurgitate them too. And be like, hey, I was keeping your eggs warm.
You're probably not wrong.
He was like, "Hey, I know you needed them
Hey,
more."
I know I kind of slagged up, but Dave Filoni was one of the X-Wing pilots.
Yeah, no. Trapper Wolf, he's called.
He had the
Wolfpack symbol on his helmet.
symbol.
Which I think that's dope. Wonder how that came to be, honestly.
I don't know. Well, seeing as how at that point Wolf was working with the rebellion.
Yeah.
So was Rex.
So was Rex.
Gregor was dead, though.
Gregor did die.
Rip Gregor.
I wonder if Wolf had another wolf pack.
That would be so cool to explore. A rebellion wolf pack.
Special Ops Rebellion wolf pack.
Dude.
It's like Rex. Rex probably served alongside Luke at one point.
I want to see that happen. I want to see Luke meet Ahsoka and Rex.
Yeah.
That would be
I just want to see Rex serve alongside Luke in
General Skywalker.
in the same capacity that he served alongside Anakin.
Yeah.
It's like, General Skywalker, we gotta... Oh. I feel like I've said that before.
You good, Rex? Yeah.
Yeah. Just remembering what I was made for.
He'd be old at that point. Man.
I mean, he's technically in Return of the Jedi.
That's true. When you're so OG that not even the OGs knew you were there.
I know, right?
Oh, boy.
But
I'd also like to see him go on missions with, like, Leia and Han.
The episode that comes out tonight, well, when this gets uploaded, it'll be out. But 2 a.m. on Friday, basically.
Yeah.
It's the one where he's going to have to, like, get on the ship. And here's the thing. People are like, this last episode was such filler. It's like, no. The Razor Crest got fucked in the last episode.
Yeah, it did. I think this is one of those filler episodes that feels like filler, but episodes...
it's gonna tie in with this next episode, because here's what's going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. It's an episode...
This next episode, chapter...
3?
Whatever the shit. Episode
11.
3 of Season 2. Season
Chapter
2,
11.
Episode 3. He's gonna land the Razor Crest. He's gonna be like, well, this thing's fucked to hell. So he's gonna have to transport her on other means. He's gonna meet someone.
Solo.
Sasha Banks' character.
Oh. Solo.
I'm pretty sure I read like a bunch of like people saying I've leaked the Mandalorian plot on Reddit.
My uncle works
and
at
all
Lucasfilm.
And all of them are like, I'm reading the first episode right after I watched the first episode, and I'm like, this is some bad fanfic.
But the chapter 10 is like an episode that seems like filler, but it's not.
No, it'll factor in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All the episodes from season 1 factored in.
Exactly. And some of those felt like filler until
the
later.
only one that really didn't factor in was the Gunslinger, the Tatooine episode.
Oh, yeah.
But
I feel like
I feel like they're going to factor that in with Boba Fett.
Yeah. I mean, like, who else was that boot?
Yeah. Nobody else has boot spurs like that except Mando. Ooh. Mandalorians get boot spur sound effects.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed that till now. That's because Mandalorians are just that cool.
Yeah. All I'm thinking is, Boba Fett figure in my near future?
It sold out really fast.
I gotta decide, what am I getting? Vintage collection or Black Series, you know?
I'm a 6-inch guy myself.
I like both, but all my Star Wars figures are 3 3/4.
Oh.
It's also cheaper for 3 3/4, so I'm like,
that's a good point.
Maybe I can cut costs there.
They've also got a retro line.
I've seen
got
those.
Like the 5-point articulation.
I don't care for those.
Oh, we got a vintage Star Wars shelf at my house. It'd be really cool to get a Mando and Baby Yoda up there with all of the vintage Falcon.
I mean, yeah.
Han. That'd be cool.
I missed out on the Razor Crest HasLab. I'm disappointed.
How'd you miss out on that? It was like 3 weeks.
It lasted a while.
Oh. When was PulseCon?
A while back.
PulseCon was lit.
The Razor Crest lasted through like all of October, and then I just started thinking maybe I want to jump on a HasLab and get the Razor Crest, but I didn't, and now I'll never have it. Unless I feel like maybe one year they might be like, hey, we're producing a limited amount of these HasLab items.
Unicron.
Do you want more?
I still don't want that Unicron.
Too expensive.
Some people did.
I think they finally figured out the price point for HasLab with the Sentinel and Razor Crest.
That's good. Unicron was a little crazy.
It's like 300, 350. That's the range.
Unicron was twice that.
Yeah, I know. So was the Barge. The Barge was like $1,200.
Those were fairly ambitious.
Somehow the Barge got backed, but Star Wars collectors are crazy. So
Transformers are pretty crazy too.
Transformers are crazy, but like...
I mean, like, they'll hunt down 35-year-old figures.
Yeah, but...
They buy them.
Star Wars collectors, here's the thing. They buy anything.
And everything.
Yeah.
My uncle used to be one of those guys. That's a complicated situation. But anyways...
I don't know. Might cop some 3 3/4 vintage figures. Been thinking about it, but I don't know.
I'm waiting on my
I'm
monkey.
also like, shoot, I kind of want some 6-inch Star Wars representation. So maybe I get a mix of both. A limited amount of Black Series with a lot of vintage collection.
Black Series, Empire, Vader. I was going to say Optimus there.
The Empire Strikes Back Vader figure?
That one's good. I have that one.
Okay, so you would recommend that if I get a Vader figure? Because I already have a Return of the Jedi Black Series Vader.
Oh.
I have a whole stash of Black Series figures.
Okay.
But they're the older ones.
Ooh. This Vader is good.
But the Stormtroopers and Scout Troopers I have still hold up.
I opened that Jaina you got me.
Mm-hmm.
She's held up this test of time. She's like, how old is that figure? She about 10 years old?
She isn't 10 years old, I can tell you
old.
that. No, Black Series started in the mid 2010s.
But she holds up really well. Like, she makes me question the G.I. Joe quality.
Yeah, the G.I. Joe quality, I don't know. I invested in those, so I hope they start coming through with it, but I might be dropping it.
I never planned on getting a lot of them. I don't think they're bad, but they have room for improvement.
They do.
Like, their legs are connected to individual axles that move. That's pretty okay. Beachhead's right one is kind of loose, so his leg will kind of fall down.
That's one of the cons with those.
Yeah. What other feedback you got on the G.I. Joe line?
Get your designs consistent, for fuck's sake.
For who?
All of them.
Oh.
Pack in better weapons.
Yeah.
Like, Gung-Ho, for the most part, his weapons, I'm fine with fictional weapons.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to have military characters, make sure they can shoulder their fucking gun.
Beachhead can.
Beachhead can?
Beachhead can. It looks
well, that means
awesome.
He's got a good gun. Duke can. Like,
Duke can.
Snake Eye. Yeah, Duke can shoulder his gun because he's got good articulation, but Gung-Ho comes with a gun and the stock is too... It goes out too far for him to shoulder it.
That sucks.
So he's got to, like, put it over his shoulder. The shotgun he comes with is fine. The grenade launcher he comes with is fine. But the fucking assault rifle...
Grenade launchers. Like, if they make a bazooka, I'm going to go crazy.
But Snake Eyes is fine because he's got a one-handed, like, submachine gun type thing. And then a pistol.
And a sword.
It's like Scarlet, she can hold her. Yep. The only thing I wish for Scarlet is double-jointed elbows.
That's her biggest weakness.
That is.
And her loose straps.
Those can be glued down.
Yeah.
All of those components can be
Beachhead's pretty great. I
fixed very easily.
I love how accurate.
And availability. The whole Target exclusive thing. They need to fix that.
Yeah, they do.
Here's the thing. Now I have a chance to get the Red Hulk that I missed out on earlier in the year. Marvel is correcting that wrong.
Nice.
Because on Target.com I can order. I'm just waiting for my paycheck to come in.
Yeah. They need to do that with G.I. Joe. But Beachhead's backpack
so this month, my lookouts for Marvel Legends are Red Hulk Target exclusive. At the end of this month, the Gambit and Rogue. Got anything that's coming out for you?
I pre-ordered Thrust on Target. He was a Target exclusive. I actually managed to get him before he went out of stock, like half an hour later.
Marvel's been doing good with their Target stuff.
Transformers, I'm not really sure. The Target exclusive Transformers stuff doesn't sell out very fast. Thrust was up for a good 3 hours. But I got him. He'll be here.
Is it new releases that sell out fast?
Yeah. Thrust was a new release, but he's a lesser-known Transformers character.
The Storm 2-pack with Thunderbird.
Did that, gone?
It went out, but it went back up.
Okay.
They have a bunch in stock anyways at our local Target, or the closest Target to us.
But Thrust will be here December.
Nice.
I've also got Jetfire on the pre-order on Hasbro Pulse. He'll be here in December.
I got my Logan and Charles Xavier 2-pack.
Epic. Oh, I got the Robot Enhanced Design Optimus Prime. I told you about that.
Yeah, you said...
Those are surprisingly a lot better than I expected.
You expected meh, but
I expected meh to bad, and I got pretty all right.
If you get the Megatron or Soundwave, tell me about it.
Okay. I'm actually fighting myself not to get Megatron because I didn't really want to start getting all the red figures.
Well, here's the thing. You don't get all the red figures.
You just get Optimus and Megatron.
You just get the ones from one particular thing. Like, for me, I'd either, if I get it right now, I'd just get the G1s. Huh. Like, the next two that come out, one is RC from Prime.
One's
and
Cheetor.
Cheetor from Beast Wars. I don't care about Beast Wars.
Oh. I'm just kidding.
What
about Prime RC?
That's me. I'd have to see how they do it.
They're making a knockout, and that knockout's going to be hard to get.
From Prime?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I do end up getting the Prime ones. Who knows?
Who knows?
But I can have a Prime and G1 set up.
Hey, biggest problem with Optimus is that both of the ones at our Walmart had a gap in his right leg.
Like a thigh gap?
Yeah, pretty much. It was you've got the thigh and then it connects to a hip joint.
Yeah, that's the problem with figures, hip joints and whatnot.
They both had that issue. You could see it from inside the box.
Yeah, that's a tricky problem that I don't know how to fix. That's for a smarter toy engineer to fix.
Yeah, I'm not quite there yet. But we had those red figures at our Walmart for about 2 weeks, and they never sold. Mm-hmm. And then I bought the Optimus, and 2 days later, there was only one Megatron left.
Damn.
Yeah, we went from having 2 Optimuses and Megatrons and 1 Soundwave to having
You get any vintage collection figures in?
Mm-hmm. We've got a not Gina Carano.
Cardoon,
yeah.
Just her?
We've got a Death Trooper.
Is it the carbonized versions?
Mm-hmm. We've also got a couple K2SOs. Had those for a while.
Yeah, I'm not interested in those.
Oh, I like K2SO.
I like K2SO, but the thing is, if I'm going to buy Star Wars figures, I'm going to buy particular characters.
Yeah, that's true. I can't do that very well with Transformers. Or I just have
I can't do that very well with Marvel Legends.
Okay, yeah, true. Like G.I. Joe, I'll only buy a few.
Like, Marvel Legends, I've cut down a lot on, what I buy. Like, I used to want to get every wave, but now I'm like, don't care. I just want certain figures from certain waves. And, I still kind of did that, especially if I didn't care about the Build-A-Figure, but X-Men figures, I'm a sucker for, because they do really good on those. Same with Avengers characters.
If they ever re-release that 90s Wolverine and Sabretooth, let me know.
It's able to happen on a retro card.
That's good, because that's really all who I want at this point. Wolverine and Sabretooth.
It's either going to happen on a retro card or a 2-pack.
A 2-pack of Wolverine and Sabretooth? Retro?
Not a retro 2-pack, but either they're going to come separately on retro cards with designs more akin to their animated counterparts, or
that would be epic. I'd be down for that. They're going to come in a
2-pack.
Well, now what?
Now what?
You got a song suggestion for this week?
Song suggestion for this week. The Mandalorian theme? No, actually, A cover of the Mandalorian theme.
Oh.
Let me pull it up here on Spotify. I'll show it to you after we get done. The Mandalorian theme by Samuel Kim.
Oh, yeah. That
medieval style.
I haven't listened to that one.
I will show you it. It's pretty dope. That's my song suggestion.
My song suggestion comes from a fairly new artist. She's only got like 4 or 5 songs. Her name calls herself Dynamite with 2 Y's instead of an... The I in Dynamite is replaced with a Y. But the song is Pride. That's a pretty good one. Dynamite with a Y. Only Y's, no I's.
Interesting.
And then Pride with an I.
Sorry, I just saw something on Instagram. I was like, interesting.
Interesting.
Dynamite?
Dynamite.
Dynamite?
Yeah, it's Dynamyte.
Yep. That's your musical suggestion for the week. Any video games?
Video games? Not really.
Batman Arkham series.
Yeah.
Playing through Arkham City right now. Dope shit.
Dope stuff. Dope.
Hopefully me and my friends will race through Arkham City again one day. I cheated on the original one. I found out a glitch and I said, I'm going to beat them. Oh. But this time it'll be fair.
Because you know the map.
Or we'll do a different game. Like Arkham Origins.
Is the map different in each game?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, in Arkham Origins, it incorporates the map from Arkham City, but it's before Arkham City. So it's like got a bridge attached and there's like a new area of Gotham you go to. And then Arkham Knight is just the main part of Gotham City, which I think Arkham Knight fucked up the art design.
Oh.
For the other Arkham games, because it made it more realistic looking. While the other ones, like, it was realistic, but it was also inspired by Jim Lee designs.
I hate it when they do that. Take the Jim Lee stuff and make it more realistic.
Yeah.
Or than it already was. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying.
Arkham Origins is more realistic in a comic booky way.
That's the best kind. Sometimes.
And then Arkham Asylum's a good game. It's a little like if you play it in release order, Arkham Asylum first, you're gonna be like, this game, it's cool. But once you play the other ones, you're like, God, they improved with every one. The jump from Arkham Asylum, like combat and gliding and stuff, to Arkham City is massive.
Massive.
Like, it's not a learning curve either. You're just like, oh shit, they improved everything.
It's just better.
Yeah.
It's just better.
They finally added in like models for sniper rifles instead of just using the assault rifle models and like putting laser sights that you can see on them.
Sounds like they got a budget.
They did. They did have a budget on Arkham Asylum, but they took a year just to animate Batman's cape.
Wow.
Took a year.
That's dedication, though. I mean, like...
Just to get the physics and everything down on Batman's cape. Arkham Asylum is a very isolated Batman story, though. Like, you take Joker in, he hatches a plan, Arkham Asylum is locked down and in chaos. Joker wants to make a big show of everything. Batman stops it. And then he goes off at the end to go stop another crime while his suit is in complete destruction. Wow. His suit gets fucked up in Arkham Asylum. Arkham City, it gets rips and tears and like there's holes in the cape and stuff, but it's still very functional. But in Arkham Asylum at the end, like a quarter of the cape is torn off.
Sheesh.
At the end, he sprays explosive gel and punches Joker.
Explosive gel.
Because Joker takes a drug and becomes huge.
Oh, yeah. Venom?
Titan. It's like an enhanced form of Bane's venom.
Whoa.
In Arkham Origins, you get to see Bane turn into a hulking monster because of it. Oh. And that's pretty cool, because Bane, he's just a big guy that takes venom at first. And then he takes what's called TN1, which is like the first form of Titan, and he goes,
screws himself over.
And then you have to, like, slam him into, like, electric gel cells and beat the shit out of him. And then, like, he almost kills you, but Arkham Origins is pretty dope.
That's just another day in the life
Especially,
of Batman.
like, you meet Joker for the first time in it, and it's a pretty cool, like, meeting for Batman and Joker. Because, like, Joker is just so fascinated. Because when they first meet, he fights Bane, and then, like, cops show up, and, like, Joker gets slung off the building because of an explosion or something, and Batman saves him, and Joker's like, I've killed so many people, and you still save me? You're so interesting.
What?
And then that starts the relationship between Batman and Joker, which you can see evolve in Arkham Asylum, City, and Night.
Good Batman.
I think Arkham Knight fucks up the story the most.
I can see that, where like the reveal of who the Arkham Knight is.
I don't want to say it's a terrible story or anything, but to me it's just anticlimactic.
That's what Everscape was saying today.
Everscape?
Yeah, I was in there today. They had a video playing about Arkham Knight.
It is anticlimactic in my opinion.
Yeah, they just did Jason Todd again. It's like, whoa.
It did it in a different way. And they said the Arkham Knight was a brand new character. It's like, it wasn't a brand new character. It was a brand new identity. While the Arkham Knight that they introduced in the comic books in Detective Comics 1000 was a brand new character. That Batman caused consequences to exist. Arkham City is the best out of all of them. It just has the best everything. Now, like, it's not refined as like Arkham Knight. Like Arkham Knight has the best features and stuff.
Yeah.
But Arkham City's got the best story out of all of them.
What's the first one?
Arkham Asylum.
Oh.
There's only 2 orders you can play them in: release or chronological.
Okay.
I would recommend release. Because we play chronological.
That's a good video game series if there's 2 ways to play them. 2 orders to play them in. Chronological or release.
Yeah. Homework assignment for you is to play one of the Arkham games in between now and then if you catch the time to. Play Arkham Asylum. Homework assignment, a long-term project. Play all the Arkham games. 100% them.
I don't know about that.
They're fairly easy to 100%.
I don't even think I've 100% Fall of Cybertron.
Well, if you want to complete the Riddler quests in all of them, don't 100% Arkham Asylum. Just look that up.
Why?
Because it's just a phone call. Actually, you know what? Beat all the other side quests, and then look up the Riddler stuff. And be like, oh, so this is what happens. Because all the other ones are very, like, cool, but the Riddler, you have to collect, like, collectibles.
Yeah.
Riddler trophies and data packs and stuff. And that's just, for lack of a better term, annoying as shit.
Yes.
Especially when in Arkham Knight you have the least amount of collectibles to get and riddles to solve.
Which one?
Arkham Knight has, like, I think it has less than Arkham City, I know. Arkham City has so many. 400, I think, on a small map, mind you.
Arkham City has 400 things?
Yeah, like, that's a mix of Riddler trophies, destructible items, riddles. Yeah, those 3 things.
Epic.
It's
Epic.
very tedious doing it all. I did it once. I'll do it again.
And then his game system glitched and he lost all his progress.
It did not actually.
Did you delete it?
No, I just finished it. 100%ed that part of the game.
Huh. Did you ever 100% a Lego game?
I have not yet, but I've made significant progress into Lego Batman 3 and Lego Marvel Superheroes.
I think my mom 100% completed Lego Star Wars 2.
That would make sense. They were easier to 100% back then.
And she got really close. She got 99.9% on Lego Batman. The first one. To this day, we're still missing one mini kit in that game.
You just don't know how to get it.
Now, we know how to get it. It's just getting it is the hard part. It's like Ice Slide. You only got one chance to get it. Otherwise, you got to restart the entire level. It's been like 10 years since we gave up.
That's lovely.
Yep.
All right. Well,
I
think that's it.
This has been the Banana Boys with
Tombstone Talk.
Tombstone Talk, yeah.
And then everything else, of course.
And then everything else, like G.I. Joe, Arkham games again, Pride.
As long as I'm playing these Arkham games, you're going to hear about them because they're dope. Oh, I had an idea.
What?
Because the Arkham combat system and travel system is great.
Yeah.
And the gadget system is great. Take that gameplay type and mix it with Star Wars.
Ooh.
Specifically a Mandalorian game.
Ooh.
And enhance the free roam and whatnot.
I've been wanting a Mandalorian Boba Fett bounty hunter game for a couple years now.
And just, you have the gadget system because Mandalorians, what do they have? Gadgets. They have the wrist rockets and flamethrowers and stuff. And
they got them gadgets.
You can have the free roam element because, why not? And then boom, badass game.
Geetly.
All right, that's all.
All right.
Perhaps in the near future we will be appearing on another podcast.
We will?
Perhaps, yes.
What does that mean? Or are you going to tell me that after the show?
I'll tell you that after the show.
Okay.
Produced by us, but
produced by us. All right.
Appear on it.
Okay.
Not done weekly like this one.
Ah, gotcha. I gotcha.
All right. Any last words? Any last words?
Any last words? Geetly Atligia.